ladies and gentlemen, live from your internet, it's our 10th episode spectacular!
Episode 10, episode 10, episode 10, episode 10.
Oh, man. Yes, the masses are clicking off now.
How have these guys been alive for 10 episodes now? They suck.
Yep, click away now. It's all just
You
garbage.
talking to me?
No, everybody. Collectively, the three of us suck.
It's all
I can
just
see that.
garbage.
I can see that.
Yeah, bump that, bump us, actually. That's what we should be called. Bump us.
Bump you,
Ex-
bump me.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Yes, we're on 10 episodes now. I've been doing this for 10 weeks, and it's really been great. I've had a good time. I hope everybody at home has had a great time listening and enjoying our banter and news or whatever.
And rants.
Yes, lots of rants. If you listen to that horror episode.
If they were here 10 minutes ago when Katie told the story about Doug Funny when he gained a lot of weight and also murdered like everybody at a pool party by taking off his shirt.
Can I please tell that story
buster.
really quick?
Do it, because I was rolling. I don't know if I'll roll again because I was gut busted.
See, I can relate to Doug Funny. So here's the story. Doug Funny went to his grandma's house and had a little too much sweets over the weekend. But then BB Bluff was having a pool party that week, see? And so he was starting to feel a little self-conscious about his weight when he found that it was a pool party. And so he had this he had this daydream that he went to the pool party, and what had happened was everybody was having a good old time, and all of a sudden the earth started erupting with it was just shaking, and people knew, Doug Funny's coming. And so, but all he did was just
run
walk
for
up.
your lives.
Yeah, all he did was just walk up to that diving board, and all was fine until he took off his shirt, and all his glory
Oh my God,
was
it's
hanging
Doug!
out. Yes, and so he did a cannonball into BB Bluff's pool, and all the kids and water and everything went flying, and they landed in the trees. And Patty Mayonnaise she wasn't having it.
She called him a fat loser.
Oh boy, can I relate to that. And so that is the story of Doug and BB Bluff's pool party.
You poor fatty you.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
And that was quite a story and quite a show, Brian. Thank you for that. Those at home could not see.
Anytime, sweet sis.
So 10 episodes now. We're here. This episode will mostly be news. We got a lot to cover this week, don't we?
There is so much news. We're not even talking about all the things that we want to talk about.
There's a lot of news.
All right, so the first thing I want to talk about to sort of cap off our couple weeks of Avatar The Last Airbender Netflix adaptation. I have a question. Should we be worried? Brian and Ileana, what do you think? Ileana, you and I were just talking about it.
Right. So we're going to link an article in the description that we were reading and other people have been talking about in like the Avatar community, that it's still in pre-production and the creators left before it even was being produced. So
Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko left?
2 strikes. 1, it hasn't even started
serious?
production. 2, the creators left before production, so that's 2 strikes. And then 3, we haven't gotten any information on it. We have no idea what is even going on. Like, what are the creators, directors, producers, what are they even doing? So 3 strikes against them so far. We have absolutely no news, basically.
And what some people were saying is that it is, quote, redundant. How do you put into a live action what is already so perfect in an animation setting?
Exactly.
So how do you make better what is already perfect? And I think that is the question looming over everybody's heads at the moment.
I feel like pretty much it's still an opportunity to fix the movie. The movie is such an eyesore for everybody. It's obviously literally one of the worst movies ever made, period.
True.
You know,
Truth.
for anybody, if you're a fan of Avatar, you hate it. If you've never seen Avatar in your life and you watch this movie, you're like, "Oh my god, what is this garbage?" But this is an opportunity for Netflix to say, "Hey, you fans, this is a show that we hope you like. That's gonna fix the movie, get rid of that bad taste in your mouth. This is an opportunity to tell the Avatar story with the power and money that Netflix has."
Yeah, I just hope that they make a better rendition of Appa than what we had in that movie. Because if you look at what Appa looked like in the last Airbender movie, big ol' yikes. Big yikes. So let's just hope that whatever we get in this show will be a lot better. As far as like it's taking a long time, it better be better.
So I mean, it's like, if we're able to see, let's see what films have used good CGI practical effects in the past. If they're able, like Jurassic Park, if they're able to make, take some of the ideas that Jurassic Park did and those filmmakers and put that into like the Avatar world, where you can, obviously if you get a close up of Appa, he's like a machine. He's like a robot, something that is there and the actors can interact with. If you're flying off in the mountains and
Make
you
it
see Appa,
CG.
it's gonna be a CGI shot, and that's okay because there's no way you can build a flying Appa in real life. So if they're able to use good practical effects mixed with CGI, something for the actors to interact with, and I think you got a good shot.
That would be
You know what
awesome.
You know what I want to see more of that the movie had zero of? The poor neglected Momo.
Yeah. I've been seeing the pictures going around of Momo being held like a baby by the Avatar gang, and I'm like, I need more of that. More baby Momo.
Agreed. Poor Momo, I feel, is always getting neglected, just like pushed to the side, even though he is an integral part of the Aang gang. It's just disappointing. So I'm hoping to see some Momo. Some Momo. Okay, I'll stop. All right, next news point. Have you guys been following? It'd be hard if you haven't seen anything about this. The whole Reddit GameStop versus the stock market.
Oh
thing.
my gosh! Yes, I have been keeping track of it, and it is honestly amazing.
I love
what
it.
Reddit has been able to do with this whole ordeal.
I love it, and I love how the memes are the best part of this. I saw a meme recent where it's like when you don't know anything about the stock market, but you're like, good for GameStop. Just reading my
that's
newspaper.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly me. If you don't know, what it is Reddit. Okay, so GameStop has actually been going tanking in terms of being a company. But all of a sudden, because of a meme or something that was on Reddit, all the Redditors have just banded together to try to save not just GameStop, but also AMC via the crashing the stock market on Wall Street. And it's leaving professionals baffled. They have no idea what's going on. And
the whole joke is that investors are telling you, oh, invest in stocks, it's amazing, like you can earn money or something like that, and it helps the capitalism and the economy and whatever. And then you get a community on Reddit that's like, let's just do it for the memes. And then the investors are like, whoa, no, not that, stop. We told you to invest, but quit it. We actually don't want you guys to be making money like that. So it is really funny to see, just how far like a joke can go, and it actually affect, the economy in such a way, or like, something as random as the stock market for GameStop of all things.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
what's funny is that I think that it's kind of actually stopped being more of a joke, and I think people are actually taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people have made some serious money on it, but what warms me cold heart is that a lot of people have, with their earnings that they got, they've actually done a lot of good things. I heard recently that somebody took their winning or earnings from their gains, and they bought a children's hospital 10 switches,
Wow,
10
that's
Nintendo Switches.
incredible.
Yeah, and then oh man, there was this little boy that did something with his earning. Oh, I feel terrible now. I can't remember, but there was a little. You hear a lot of
More
stories
good
where
things.
more good things, and I wish I could remember them all, but me
Right.
cold heart can't hold that much. So, but yeah, I think it's hilarious, and I would love to see what happens after this. But really, if you have a chance, look at the memes. My
They're
favorite,
golden.
my favorite one that a friend of mine sent me. He lives in New York, and he sent me a meme where there's a guy just strutting down Wall Street. Meanwhile, the song "It's Raining Men" is playing. And I was like, oh, that's dark. But I love it. It's silly.
So yeah, that'll be really interesting to see where that goes with GameStop and the stock market. Let's see how far it continues. Like, what will this do for GameStop? You were saying in your own town, Katie, that your GameStop looked like pathetic because
It
there was
was
like everything taken off the
trash.
shelves. So I wonder how this will affect GameStop in the future, if it'll like just revamp or something.
I want to know what Reggie Fils-Aimé has to say about this. A former CEO of Nintendo of America, now he's on the board of something for GameStop. I want to know what he has to say about this. I haven't heard anything from him, so I'm really curious.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But speaking of Nintendo, Nintendo is popping out babies left and right. So February is a very big month for Nintendo, surprisingly. Usually, last year we saw March be a big year, or a big month for Nintendo with Animal Crossing dropping. This year, it is February, and we've got 3 good games coming out. So we have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury dropping, Bravely Default 2, and Persona 5 Strikers. So 3 really good games dropping just in February alone. What will this show for Nintendo throughout the year? This is just first quarter.
Yeah, man, it's insane. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for February. There are a lot of other games that, once again, don't come to mind because me cold heart. Um, but that's just it. And then on top of that, we also have Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. I've heard some rumors here and there, something about Wind Waker,
Ugh.
a new patent regarding Wind Waker. I'm hoping that there's an Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask remake. Maybe even a Skyward Sword
Twilight
remake.
Princess. Twilight Princess.
Yeah, Twilight Princess.
TP.
I'm really hoping for that. But when it comes to things that are actually concrete, ooh, the Switch has officially passed the lifetime sales of the Nintendo DS.
Amazing.
Or 3DS.
3DS.
Pardon me. And it's only been on the market for 4 years. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago, that I wasn't sure if they had passed it, but they were definitely on track. Yeah, they smashed it. They smashed the numbers. Let's see. According to gamesindustry.biz, it says that the latest financial report is that 79.87 million Switch devices have been shipped worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not showing signs of stopping either. People, the more games that pump out, the more people are going to want to switch. Like, if Nintendo continues this streak of releasing games like Animal Crossing to hit like niche communities or just like the masses or something, then it's just going to keep selling. And I really, really hope. Did it pass the Wii? It hasn't passed the Wii.
I don't think it's past the Wii yet.
Past
Not
the
yet.
Wii, I would love that. The Wii is like an amazing console, and it deserves that spot. But but the Switch is just it's right there, and I would love for it to surpass the Wii.
I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then correct me in the comments. But I think the Wii sold about 100 million units.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the next big figure that they're trying to get to, and they will get there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get there. They'll
Absolutely.
pass it. Definitely.
If not this year, then next year. I'm calling it. By next year they will do it.
Yeah, I mean, just Animal Crossing alone, Animal Crossing sold over 31 million copies. The game has only been out for a year. Not even
a
yet.
whole year.
It's in March it'll be a year. So
it's the number 2 selling game for the Nintendo Switch. The number 1 selling game is Mario Kart Deluxe 8, which is, I think, at 33 or 34 million copies. So it's right there.
And that's the game that comes with the Switch whenever you first buy it.
Yeah, it's a bundle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's insane.
That's awesome.
And in fact, I was listening to somebody talk about the numbers versus Nintendo versus PlayStation and Xbox. The name or the games, first party games, don't even compare in terms of sales. It's unreal. I think it was Spider-Man was the number 1 selling PS4 exclusive, and I think it sold something like 20 million units over its lifetime so far. Animal Crossing, 31 million.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
That's a big number, and it'll just it'll continue to keep selling too. So it's not just gonna stop there either.
No, and if they release a Switch Pro, then dummies like me are actually gonna go out and spend another $300-$400 on it, and it's
even though you have a perfectly good Switch that works
it's
enough.
Perfectly good, but I just believe in this little piece of technology so much that I want it. I can't explain it, but I want it.
Better graphics, like if it goes to like 4K or something.
See, I don't even need that. I don't even need like 1080p or anything. Give me a more scratch resistant screen. Not that my screen is on my actual Switch is scratched or anything. I keep it well, but
better Joy-Cons, Nintendo.
Better Joy-Cons.
Get your Joy-Cons together.
Get your lawsuits together.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nintendo as a whole, they've got my heart and my wallet. And it looks like Burger King also does too. I thought that this was kind of fun that Burger King is doing a promotion. I guess it started yesterday, February 1st, for a couple of weeks, for I think 6 weeks. They're doing Super Mario toys with your what is it called? Mighty Kids Meal or Big Kids? What is the
kids get it?
Nobody under the age of 20 goes to Burger King.
See, but that's the funny thing. I was listening to one YouTuber say that literally every 20 and 30-year-old right now is going to be going to Burger King to be getting this promotion that the kids aren't going to care about it, but it's going to be the 20 and 30-year-old collectors who are like, I need to have the Super Mario in my life.
When I was looking this up, I was at my work and I was like, oh my gosh, just something else I need. Like, but dang, I want it.
Exactly. You're gonna go get those chicken fries and your chicken sandwich from the Burger King just so you can get that toy.
How many Burger Kings are by you guys? Do you guys have a lot by you?
There are 2 by me.
There's one close by, but it was just built, so they're not pretty.
They just built a new Burger King? That's unheard of.
Oh yeah. And I've actually been to that one a few times.
Yeah, you brought me there for my birthday.
Chicken nuggies.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah. But it is funny that Burger King is trying so hard to get into like the gaming community for some reason. I think that like they had that whole Twitch thing with the super chat trying to like get promotion, like go to Burger King, like here's $5 to you streamer so that my text can be read aloud, and it's just a Burger King promotion. It's like what is going on here? So I don't know what's with Burger King trying to get on this. Maybe they're trying to do what KFC was doing with like
Oh Lord,
the console that you can keep your
I
fried
want one.
chicken warm.
I want one.
That is the weirdest thing. But so Burger King and now KFC are fighting it off in the console wars, and
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Taco Bell to unleash their own console.
they do the
It'll.
Xbox stuff.
Oh no, I'm talking about their own console. It'll be like the Switch, but you put it in. Their dock is like a
A
taco,
taco, a
a
taco
hard
shell.
a hard shell taco. Yeah, it'll be great.
Speaking of hard shell taco having nothing to do, it's just food related. KT, what is your dessert of the week?
Oh man. So today's dessert of the week comes from Marie's Italian Deli in Cumming. They actually have the best pizza that
So good.
it is my favorite pizza. In Cumming. Actually, yeah, in Cumming. But today I am not eating pizza. Today I am eating a blueberry lemon cake. They make all of and it was hard choosing a dessert. My mouth is watering. It was hard choosing. It's hard choosing a dessert from that place because it's also a bakery. They have all kinds of handmade,
Cannolis,
yeah,
macaroons.
authentic Italian and Mediterranean desserts. Oh my gosh, I just got to take a bite. Once again, this is a blueberry lemon cake. It's enormous and very beautiful looking. It looks really thick. Let's see. It's very moist.
Ooh, that's
Very,
good.
very lemony and blueberry. My dog is sitting next to me and she's licking her lips. um, it's not overly sweet. I've found that a lot of these restaurants, these local businesses, they actually don't make their desserts overly sweet like other chain restaurants do. And so I found that to be quite interesting.
That's good.
Yeah, so yeah, Marie's Deli, they have my vote for cake.
Good, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian, you got the stream of the week for us.
So, Joanna found this really interesting show on Netflix. It's not even a show; it's a documentary. I think this is the first documentary I've ever hyped up on. Well, I did a true crime documentary, but this is a nature documentary. It's called My Octopus Teacher. It's streaming on Netflix, and literally, it is one of the best movies of the year. I completely
Really?
recommend you to watch it. One of the best movies of the year, straight up. Pretty much, it's directed by this guy named James Reed, who was a nature photographer and filmmaker who was living in South Africa a few years back, and he would go swimming in this kelp forest right off of Cape Town, South Africa, and he would go every day. And one day, he's filming underwater. He's just snorkeling. He just holds his breath for 5, 6, 7 minutes at a time, and he's snorkeling, and he encounters this octopus who ends up befriending him. This octopus they get to know each other, day after day after day when he keeps visiting, and they end up having this. It's really interesting relationship as the two, a person and an octopus encounter each other. It's so weird, it's bizarre, but as you watch this, it's just like this whole relationship is born, and you see how incredibly amazing it is, the underwater world. It's a whole nother world out there, truly. And this guy just befriends this octopus, and there's a whole journey. It's a whole journey. The kids watched it and they loved it because it's like a real life Finding Nemo. That's the best way I could call it. Check it out, My Octopus Teacher. It is beautiful underwater photography. It is amazing. Watch it. Anybody can see it. It's intense. It's a great show. One of the best movies of the year. My Octopus Teacher.
That
Wow.
sounds really awesome.
See that I saw it on Netflix, and the title kind of turned me off a little bit, but hearing you talk about it now, I'm like, okay, I would like to befriend an octopus, so I'll live what is it? I'll live vicariously through this person.
Octopi are scary though. They legitimately scary.
I
Scare
love
me.
them. They used to be my
No,
favorite animal.
not this. Like squids. Squids are gross, but this octopus, it's neat. It's really neat, and it just shows you. For me, like, there's no way I could ever believe in evolution. If that's your business, that's fine. But me, I see like somebody had imagination to be able to put this creature to all
Mhm.
creatures together, because it's just there's no way this thing could just come out of just jelly. It's too
Jelly.
Amen,
perfect.
brother.
It's too ornate. It's
Mhm.
just it's detailed precision work that is craftsmanship by somebody. You know,
Yeah,
so check it out. My Octopus Teacher. It's a beautiful film.
pretty good. I'll have to check it out myself.
And what about your Japanimation pick of the week?
Alright, Japanimation. This show came out last year, and I watched it last year, but I kind of want to give it another watch. Some YouTubers have been giving me a new perspective on the show, and it is Beastars on Netflix.
Oh yeah, man. I wanna check that out for real. I'm late.
Beastars is like the more adult version of Zootopia. So it is a anthropomorphic animal society where carnivores and herbivores live together. But the carnivores are still carnivorous, and there has actually been a murder in this high school. One of the herbivores has been eaten or killed somehow. So there's still this threat between the carnivores and the herbivores, and you see, how this one lone wolf, he's more kind of like a to himself guy, has to deal with like the urge of wanting blood, like blood hungry type of things of eating the herbivores, but in the society.
Bloodfire.
Exactly. The society. It is not proper to do that, but there's like a black market kind of thing, and seeing the struggles of trying to live with something that you want to eat all the time. Really interesting animation style too. Really good show. I would definitely recommend giving it a watch.
So I wanted to watch it last year, and I was going to click it. My finger was on the button to click it, but then I thought, but Avatar, I could rewatch Avatar
For the 100th time.
Yeah, and I actually did choose Avatar, but Beastars is on my list to watch. It looks really cool. That intro song is
Yeah.
straight fire.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
is a good one.
definitely give that a watch if you are into anthro stuff. So speaking
Anthro
of
stuff.
anthro stuff, perfect segue. Sonic the Hedgehog series, Netflix 2022. How are we feeling about that?
Why can't people just be done with Sonic the Hedgehog? Why?
Leave
Why?
it in the 90s.
Sonic is awesome, man. What are you talking about?
Is
They-
it
I'm still
though?
all
He
about Sonic.
was cool in the
No.
video game, and the TV show
Did you guys
and like
see the
movies
movie?
ruined him.
Sonic the movie was really good. I
Jim
liked
Carrey?
It wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad. Did you see it?
I didn't
It's
see
not
it.
a bad
I
movie.
haven't
It's
seen
worth
it
a
yet.
shot.
No,
No,
I believe you. I believe you. But if you look at the games that have come out recently, and even the TV shows, I think there's one on Cartoon Network. It's subpar to what Sonic used to be. It's like just let the man die. My God.
I remember in the 90s there's so many different versions of Sonic TV shows, but there was one in the 90s where it was kind of like a grim version where it was like a
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
dystopian world where Dr. Robotnik was the world leader and he was taking all the animals and turning them into cyborgs and stuff like that. This was before Amy and Knuckles and all those guys were around. But I don't know. My kids love Sonic. They enjoy it. I like Sonic. I love Tails. I think Tails is such a cool character. I'm all in for a Sonic TV show. If it's well done, good animation, good writing, yeah, I'm in.
Do we know if it's going to be 3D or 2D?
That I am not sure of. I just heard that it was coming to Netflix.
And they're making a Sonic Part 2. I think they're going to start filming that right soon, with
Mm.
Jim Carrey returning and all the same voice actor and everything.
I wish they had kept a director's uncut version of the really bad animated Sonic. So they had like the whole animation redone of the Sonic character. I wish they had do like a director's uncut version of the
Oh,
original and
sure.
what that
Yeah.
looked like, because gosh, I would love to see how horrible that movie.
God, that was such a bad. I don't know how you get that far and not like, he just doesn't look right.
The eyes and the teeth were so bad. Oh my gosh,
I mean, honestly, yeah, it's just I don't know any. You could take any kid off the street, put a list of Sonics of different images, and they'll pick the right one. They'll pick like the original looking one
yeah,
every single
exactly.
time.
Well, like the eyeballs didn't touch, and that's like Sonic's whole. That's part of his look is that the eyeballs touch in the middle, like with that little curvy thing facing down, and then the hair and the teeth don't look human. I don't know. They really screwed up that whole design. I don't know what they were going
Yeah,
for.
some guy got fired properly, sacked for that.
I've heard otherwise, where it was actually a conspiracy to boost the numbers of people that would actually go and see the movie.
See, and this is why I wish we had bumped that when this was all coming out, because I said that conspiracy forever ago.
Yeah, you did.
So I was like, this is the whole thing. They're trying to get some like clout or whatever for it. They're gonna make it bad, get people talking. People are gonna go see the movie. Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, according to Yahoo, it just says that it's animated. It doesn't really say
which type 3D,
yeah,
2D.
in what way. But it's kind of sad because Yahoo also reminds me that Sonic is celebrating his 30th anniversary this year.
Aww.
Lest we forget, he's being upstaged once more by Legend of Zelda.
Great, he needs to be.
But that's also he's a Sega IP.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. For our last little bit of news, it'll be Pixar related. Luca is, coming more and more. We're seeing more about the movie Luca, about the two little Italian boys. They're Italian, right?
I just know that they're in the Mediterranean, and
right.
They're not just little boys.
Oh. Okay,
no.
so that'd be exciting to see what that's all about.
It's a man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and from what I hear, it's still really early. But I sort of wanted to talk about it. It's allegedly a coming of age movie between these two little boys that are just sort of bopping about the Mediterranean, but they're not just little boys. They're spoilers. They're also like sea monsters.
Oh.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so
if that's the synopsis, I'm out. That sounds horrible.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because I think Ileana, you would know this from me ranting about previous Pixar films. Should I be worried? And if so, you know how I just get like, oh, is it gonna be good? Like when I saw.
Well, that's how we felt about Soul.
That's how I felt about Coco, and.
Hey, but I mean, I put my review up of Soul. I like Soul, but Soul is also not great too. That's just me. It's okay. It's not grade A Pixar.
Yeah.
I agree. It's not Rat Patootie.
No.
It is no way in any shape or form Rat Patootie.
So I'm hoping that it'll be more like Luca will be more of like Onward, where it's just following these two boys. It's an interesting quest, whatever, and not be like a Good Dinosaur, where you're like, what even is going on? No one really cares about these characters, and so on.
I don't know.
I think you think of coming of age film. That just seems what what are we talking? These are boys, and they realize that they're boys, or I mean, without getting into it,
It's like that Disney movie, the one where the boy is a mermaid, but he doesn't know until like his 13th
though
birthday
the
or something.
13th year.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Oh my
Like his
gosh.
mom is a mermaid or something. It'll be like that. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we're sea monsters."
Mom,
Um,
Dad, I need to go where I belong. I need
Oh
to go
my
to the
gosh.
sea.
Oh my gosh. According to
Gosh.
IMDb, here's the synopsis. A young boy experiences an unforgettable seaside summer on the Italian Riviera filled with gelato, pasta, and endless scooter rides. Luca shares these adventures with his newfound best friend, but all the fun is threatened by a deeply held secret. He is a sea monster from another world just below the ocean's surface.
No
Oh my
way.
He is actually friends with my octopus teacher.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, not so much the octopus
The
teacher.
synopsis, I mean, listen, Pixar has given us more wins than misses.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'll always give them the benefit of the doubt. But, I mean, just off of this synopsis, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's
Maybe
just,
that person was a bad writer.
why the Italian Riviera? Why? I
Mhm.
just,
I can tell you why.
why? I
Because
just don't understand.
Pixar and Disney have to bing bong their way around the world. They have to pinpoint every little ethnic group, which I'm cool with. I don't really care about that. But
yeah, but those
when
are
they
white people.
milk
Those
it-
are Italians. It's
but
not like
when
a
they-
minority, you know.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be one. But when they milk and get those like stereotypical things, that just like
Yeah, they did that with
why?
Coco, where they're like, okay, we're gonna get the Mexican audience, and with
Yeah.
Soul, they're like, we're gonna get the jazz and black community.
With Brave, we shall get the Scots.
Yeah, so it is really interesting that they're just bing bonging their way all over.
Yeah.
And then speaking of that, I think this one's not Pixar. This one's Disney. It's Raya, the Raya movie. What is that one?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
That's it.
It's set in Thailand. It looks pretty interesting. It looks
So
pretty good.
some more Disney bing bonging over, the.
It's another Disney princess movie.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, that's the prestige. It's a princess movie. So they always hold those in high regard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's their big money maker. But I've been hearing it's supposed to be a good action movie, kind of Indiana Jones-esque, a lot of swashbuckling, fighting. So that should be interesting, you know.
This one's got me a little worried, only because I was just minding my own business one day, I think it was last week, and I just so happened to come across the preview, and I've not heard anything else from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, where is it? I would love to see more about this film. The animation looks beautiful. The artwork looks great. So why am I not hearing more about
it?
This
Looks
story?
it looks DreamWorks level good though.
It
to
really
me.
does.
Huh.
It really does. Absolutely.
Which is, I don't know. I mean, who do you think that's a loaded question. Who's better animation than, Pixar
I
or
mean,
DreamWorks?
DreamWorks
Or
has
Disney?
definitely. DreamWorks has stepped it up a lot since, like, How to Train Your Dragon, Kung Fu Panda.
But How to Train Your Dragon 3 was like 2-3 years ago. What have they done since then? I can't remember anything
No,
DreamWorks has done.
And really, that's like it for DreamWorks.
And really, honestly, the How to Train Your Dragon movies are like the best animated
yeah.
DreamWorks movies. Other than that, they're all pretty similar.
Well, How to
you
Train
know.
Your Kung Fu Panda is pretty good animation wise as well.
It really is.
But that is an interesting question. Like, which one is better? Story wise, I would say Disney's got the beat.
Yes.
Absolutely. But I think DreamWorks is definitely stepping up their game animation wise. However, they just have so many flops.
They just did the
stories.
Croods too. Do you guys see that?
I heard that turned out really well, actually.
I didn't really care to watch it.
I heard good things about it. I have not seen it myself. But
Yeah.
same reaction, meh.
My other question about Disney and maybe just other animation studios and how they handle Asian culture. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't understand because I'm stupid. You know what? I am stupid. But why is it? Why is it that every time Asian culture is represented, there is a dragon? Why does there have to be a dragon involved? Is it in everything that they do? I don't believe that, but I feel like that is a trope that is just getting wore out. Maybe that's just me.
Well, Europeans have like bears and wolves. I don't know.
That's because nothing fun ever happens in Europe, but Asia is like really cool. You've got pandas for crying out loud. I want to see Raya and the Last Panda. Let's go. Raya and the Last
Yeah,
Panda.
you take that to the crew. Pandas have been done.
Yeah.
Oh, and dragons
Nothing good
haven't
there.
been? Give me a break.
That's an
But
interesting
dragons
question.
are also a fantastical creature.
Yeah,
so
they're
you can-
mythical, more interesting than, I mean, pandas, don't get me wrong. They're lazy, cute, floppy animals. But a
Sounds like me.
dragon is very, like, regal and tough. And you saw the dragon dance in Avatar.
Oh man, did I ever?
You can make so many different kinds of dragons. There's good luck dragons. There's bearded dragons.
That's
Right.
There's
true.
slimy dragons.
The Komodo
there's,
dragon.
There's
Oh,
Game of
wow.
Thrones dragons.
Yeah,
it's-
so I think that one's a more
know.
interesting concept. Even if it's overdone, it's more interesting. I don't know. Leave a
Okay.
comment down below what you think about dragon.
You've
I got a dragon tattoo.
Makes it wiggle.
Dragon tails, dragon. No, you got.
Oh, you
guys
see,
have-
dragon tail.
Yeah,
Dragon
Dragon
tail.
I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land apart.
Oh man, throwback to when I was like 5.
Oh my gosh.
No, you've convinced me. Dragons are cool, and they always have been cool. But it's like, oh,
Yeah, I would say also the concept is being, it is
Maybe just make
done.
a liger. Just have a liger then.
there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Wait,
so then-
Ileana, did you see? Have you heard anything about Earwig and the Witch, the new Ghibli movie?
No, I haven't.
What? So I'm looking at it. Because I heard about it. It's a new Studio Ghibli film that's done in computer animation.
Ooh.
It's I
I did hear about that. I think a lot of people were critiquing that for being, not the traditional. Like they're taking the characters of what a Studio Ghibli looks like and putting it into 3D, and it doesn't allow the exact same, expression and over exaggerated feeling that Ghibli usually does. So people are a little bit turned off from the way that this one looked. I saw some images and some clips of it, and I was also getting that vibe.
Yeah, that should be interesting. And it's directed by Goro. Am I pronouncing that? Goro Miyazaki, who I think is the son.
Yeah,
of,
the son. Mm-hmm.
So that's
So that'll be really interesting.
chip off the old block right there.
Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I so far have not heard good things just aesthetically, it doesn't look great because it's not the same type of style that a typical Ghibli movie is in. So that'll be interesting. I'm also back to Raya. I'm thinking how was Moana shown, in trailer form? How was it, shown? Because Raya, I feel like I have not been seeing a whole lot, and I'm trying to remember. Did I see a lot of trailers?
The trailers for Moana weren't about Moana. They were about
The ocean.
what's the Rock characters? What's
Oh.
Dwayne Johnson's character's name?
Maui.
Maui. I'm sorry. Yes, Maui. All the trailers I saw were about Maui.
Okay.
And that was the big thing. Oh, sweet. Dwayne Johnson's a Disney character. That should be interesting. That was kind of the big point. It wasn't so much about Moana or the music or Polynesian stuff. It was
Right.
Dwayne Johnson is animated. Sweet.
Have you guys seen a picture of the actual dragon in Raya and the Last Dragon? That is Dragon Elsa.
Oh gosh.
And it's voiced by Aquafina.
Aquafina.
I like Aquafina. Yeah.
I am so not with the times.
Who is
You know
Aquafina?
who Aquafina is?
I've
Did you
heard
guys-
the name. I've heard the name, but
Crazy Rich Asians. You guys see that?
I've heard of that movie.
You've heard of Crazy Rich? Oh
I haven't
my
seen
gosh.
it either.
Brian's stream pick of the week. Crazy Rich Asians. Seriously, grab your mother and watch it. It's a great film. You'll enjoy it.
Quick,
It's
grab
super
your
good.
mother.
No, seriously, take our mother and watch it. It's like the perfect movie for moms. It's so
Mom, I've got a movie for you.
But
Yeah, it's PG-13. There's not a ton of language, so mom would enjoy it. She wouldn't get offended. You know,
Valentine's
it'd be
Day
good.
for you and your mothers out there, Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, it's a great film. Go check it out. It's really good.
All
like
right. And with that, we will conclude episode 10 of Bump That.
Yay.
Next week's episode, we're going to be going into WandaVision and more Marvel.
Yay.
We're gonna watch all the episodes that are currently out and give you our thoughts and what we're looking for the next few episodes that come out.
Yeah, and then some more Marvel news, like the new TV shows that are coming out that Disney Plus is just going to pop out for us all. So we'll see how that's all going in next week's episode.
Plus more news as it comes out. News weekly.
Oh,
if
yes.
If we hear anything else about Raya and the Elsa dragon, we'll be sure to let you know.
They should just put Luca and the Raya dragon together. They should
That
just
should be the movie.
combined it. I mean,
Sea monsters, dragons, I mean.
Mom, I'm a sea monster, and my sea monster is showing.
Timmy Tantrum, get out of here.
Timmy Tantrum, what did I tell you? No!
And everybody's clicking away now. So let's go ahead and end this episode. Thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you guys.
We will see you all next week.
Give me a
Hello.
thumbs down.
No, bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.